She is such a wonderful one. She has her own talk show. She's watched by millions of people. She's subscribed to by millions of people across Canada and the United States. It is my pleasure to introduce Ms. Laura-Lynn Thompson.
Yes.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Hello, Quebec. I mean, Ottawa. Sorry. I'm so cold that I'm shaking. Y'all know that you could be doing a glove here, right? That's the way it is. It's only -5 there. Okay, no, I absolutely love being here in Ottawa. I've been here before, and I'm very grateful for all of you. I want you to know that there's something that must die in Canada, and that is fear and political correctness. And what we have done is we have allowed silence. We have allowed an approval addiction to stop us from speaking. We don't speak at work. We don't speak to our families because we don't want to have all, any kind of little bit of a problem. And what it's doing is silencing the truth. And if every one of us would talk to 10 people, they would talk to 10 people, and we would change a nation. We have got to start speaking what is true. On the way here today, I stopped at a coffee shop. The girl was so surprised to see somebody come into her small business that she had to put her mask on. I said, don't put your mask on for me, lady, and I'm not wearing one either. What was she going to say? She had to serve me a coffee. And so I got my coffee. I said, how's business? She said it'd be a lot better if people were coming here. They're breaking the backs of small to medium-sized business. But don't you think that you're going to escape if you have a larger business. First they will come for them, and then they will come for you. As I have been here today, I had a lady tell me that her husband did not get a pacemaker because of COVID lockdowns, and he died, and she is a single mother of 2 children. Why? Because of what they have done through the lockdowns. Nothing to do with COVID-19. As I was here today, a woman just told me that her neighbor's mother took the vaccination and went into a coma. 4 days later, she's dead. Over 600 people on the CDC website have died from taking the vaccine for COVID-19.
Share people.
10,400 adverse effects. All of this is true. All of this can go on your Facebook because I know something. You gotta tell the truth or they're gonna fact check you. And even when you tell the truth, they'll fact check you. But I'm here to say you put this up on your Facebook, it's safe because I'm telling you the truth. We cannot afford for our senior citizens. On my show the other day, I went through and it actually brought me to tears. The number of people that are dying by taking COVID-19 vaccinations. I read 2 specific reports. These elderly citizens had already survived COVID-19, but they did not survive the vaccination. We have a problem. We have a problem. And we've got to be able to start telling everybody, look what they did to Donald Trump because he spoke. They took him off of Twitter. Well, I'm still on Twitter and I'm kind of offended. I was pretty sure that I'd get my picture taken down because, or my account taken down. I put a picture up of Trump and his beautiful wife Melania on a motorbike, and I said, is this allowed, Twitter? And I'm still there. I mean, what do I have to do? And so, I'm here to tell you that you can stand up for your rights. There's some Polish people here. This lady in the crowd here, she got put into the slammer for a sign that she was carrying. And she was put in just like Kellyanne Wolf. And if there's a hero in the nation, it's Kellyanne, isn't it? Thank you, Kellyanne. Thank you for standing. I appreciate it. I'm not done yet. Okay. The reason, I know, I was already trying to talk to the cops. They look a little bit afraid. They back away when I'm walking. I don't know what it is. I look pretty strong. I work out. Okay, so I love the Polish people. There's somebody in the crowd here today. The Polish people are saying, this is what they did to us under communism. They took away their right to travel. They took away their care and their hospitalization. They took away their food. One of the people said here, it's coming. Food stamps are coming. What? Not if we can help it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's why we're rising up. Does anybody have water?
Yeah.
It is not this. Oh, okay. I don't know you.
I promise I don't have COVID.
I'm not worried about COVID, sir. All right, we're good. Hang on.
Open up! Open up!
Barely touched it. Barely touched it. Okay. So there was a Polish guy. This is not a joke. So there was a Polish guy. He came into the Ontario airport, and I want to share with you this briefly before I finish, that because he's Polish, because he's lived through the communist regime in the past, he had a good idea of how to stand up, and I think we should take some lessons from some of our Polish people, our Romanian people, those who have faced it. So they told him at the airport he had to take a PCR test. He says, not on your freaking life. He used a different word, okay, but I'm a Christian, so I try not to swear. I've been losing that battle lately. Anyways, so they said, you got to take the PCR. And he said, no, I'm not going to do it. Then they said, you got to go to quarantine. He said, not on your life. I'm not going to quarantine. They got super mad. And so they walked off. They huffed and puffed. They gave him the stink eye. You know, they talked down to him. They were mean. And he said, I'm not going. And they came back, you've got to go to quarantine. He said, I want to go to jail.
Just like I said.
Just like you said. Yes. And he's not afraid of jail. He's Polish. He's going to die or fight for his freedom.
Right.
One or the other. Give me liberty or give me death. He wanted to go to jail. They huffed off again. They let him sit there for 2 hours. They came back. They said, go home. So that's all we need to do. Once in a lifetime, you might come to a place where you gotta stand up and fight.
Yes.
We didn't know we'd have to do that in Canada. I'm so sorry, I did not know that. 3 years ago, I lost my national job on television because I didn't think that they should tell little kids that they're gender fluid. I was one of the first people to face losing a job because I refused to be politically correct. I'm here to say that I am living my finest days. I don't have my cushy job and I don't have an expense account, but I have freedom and I can say anything that I want. Yes, and a conscience, sir. I have freedom and a conscience. And in the old days, there were 3 Hebrew boys and they were told to bow to the idol. And if they would not bow to the idol, they would have to face the furnace. And they politely said, Your Majesty, Your Majesty, we will not bow. They faced the furnace. And when they were thrown into the furnace, the only thing that happened is the people that put them in the furnace, they died. And when they got out of that furnace, all of their shackles were off of them. They did not even smell like smoke. Everything that held them back was burned off of them. Maybe we gotta face a furnace, but it's worth it, because when you get out of it, you're free, you're powerful, and you are unstoppable. So we say today, I close with this today. So we say to the Prime Minister of Canada, Your Majesty, We will not bow down. God bless you.
Rise up! Rise up! Rise up!
Rise up!